Today, I'm going to turn this into this on this episode of Rundown Reborn. So keep watching. Welcome to the Rundown Reborn channel. What a glorious day. Man, I have been just wanting to do this forever. So today, I'm going to go through about how to make your house just really look good with vinyl siding. It's not hard. The goal here, make this house pop in the neighborhood and get as much value as I can. I'll show you how. Vinyl siding gets a bad rap sometimes. A lot of people feel it's just kind of a cheap way to do your house. And it is cheap. That's what's great about it. And it's super easy to install. It's definitely a do-it-yourself project. I started this wall last summer and I only got so high. I had a lot of work to do up above. I had to put a new window in, and then recently I just did the Gable boards and got it all ready for the siding itself. This is the big step. This is where the transformation happens. Now, vinyl siding, it's really not that difficult to install, but there are a few tips I can share with you as we go along. Now, my first tip is really pick out a nice color. I'm using a bluish color. It's got a little bit of gray into it. And I picked this one because I've got some brown that was already on the house. I wanted to salvage some of that. So I picked a color that's a bit neutral, in the sense that it's not a bright, it's not vibrant, it's not necessarily warm or cool. It's just a nice color that goes well with this tan that's already in place. Now, one of the key reasons I wanted to go ahead and save some of this old siding is these corner pieces. They're not in bad shape. These are some of the most expensive pieces that you're going to need to buy. I think these run upwards of $20 or more. So these guys save me several $100s by not having to buy new ones. Now, here you can see the two colors up against each other. I don't mind this. There's a lot of houses. You look around, they'll have the corners and the trims a different color than the actual field siding. To me, this is just a nice little detail. Now today, I'm going to go ahead and extend this siding all the way up to the gable. I'm going to do a few things up there at the top to give it really some architectural appeal. I want to stop it somewhere around the middle of the window, add a white horizontal banding, and then do some scallop siding up above that. The scallop siding, it can get a little bit pricey, but it's well worth the investment in my opinion. That scallop siding, it really gives a lot of character, and it doesn't take much. So now at this point, I've got to determine if I have enough scallop siding. Now the scallop siding that I'm talking about, I use out on the front of the house. And what I don't know is exactly how many pieces it's going to take to go ahead and do that upper area. So I'm going to go ahead and get out what I've got and determine how much I need. Now this stuff isn't very cheap, but I believe it's a good investment. I think you're going to get more than what you paid for it back in curb appeal and overall quality of the design. But here's what we've got. We've got lots of scraps left from the cutouts. I've also got plenty of these clips left. These are what you do to secure the first row. I've got 1, 2, 3, only 4 pieces and a few scraps. Now, I might be able to use a couple of these scraps as the top row. It's going to be a big question whether or not I can pull that off. All right, I've kind of laid out what I think is going to happen up there. I'm going to need a 5th row just to kind of get the very tippy top of that. So my center, my window is going to be, I figured, right here along this center. I've got 30 3/4 from the center to my outer edge. So I should be able to determine that just fine. I'll be within a piece, definitely, because it's only about this much to the side of the window. All right, I've laid this out, and what I've got is a line that runs right along here, right along where this pencil is. That means I've just got a little piece. That's going to be useless. Now these are going to overlap the white quite a bit. The actual joint of where it overlaps from is right here. So this much of it is going to overhang my white row. So I'm going to go ahead and take this straight over to this side and start my 45-degree cut right there, and it should work out. We shall see. Go ahead and cut this. And there's our starter. Hopefully it lines up. Now that should go over that just about right. I think I'm going to look pretty good. What I need to do is determine where the cutoff is here. I need my hangers. That's going to place that right there. Go ahead and mark where the center of that is, the center of this one is, and where my cut is. Let's hope this is right. All right. It's tied up to the clips. Go ahead and tack that in. love it. It just about brings a tear to my eye. Well, not really, but it sure looks good. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.